What's going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS podcast and live stream for Tuesday's 10-game main slate. James, it is rare that we have 10 games on a Tuesday. Generally, we have like 4 games on a Tuesday. Instead, they flipped it on us. We had a 4-game Monday. That slate currently going on. Kind of a shit show going on there. 10 games here on a Tuesday to bounce it back. Very big injury news breaking here. We're recording on Monday evening. LeBron James ruled out for this game and going to miss at least the next few weeks. Undetermined amount of time dealing with a foot injury. He apparently suffered or played through on Sunday. So the Lakers made all those moves. LeBron says these are the most important 20 games of his career. And may not even be playing in any of those 20 games. As the Lakers look to make a playoff run here. What that does mean, however, we have solo Anthony Davis back on the slate. $10,300. We saw what AD did when LeBron was out earlier this year. Looked like an MVP. Guy was giving you like 30 and 20 nights with blocks. I think they without D'Angelo Russell still as well.
He has the ankle. I know he has the ankle. Yeah. He didn't play. I think they listed him questionable. I think is what I last saw.
Listed as
He's doubtful. He's doubtful.
So I mean, again, Schroeder and AD likely being fired up, in this matchup against Memphis. But obviously we know no Steph Curry. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going to miss yet another game. They have that matchup against Sacramento. De'Aaron Fox here is questionable to play. Jamal Murray, as we know, continues to sit out and be questionable at times. They're getting Denver. Kevin Porter Jr. did practice, so we could see.
And Jalen Green.
And Jalen Green could finally see those two back on the floor for Houston after an extended layoff. Jordan Clarkson is out for the Utah Jazz here. Let's see. Colin Sexton's also out. Who's playing point guard? Chris Dunn. Likely going to probably start, right? Or not Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn's going to probably start for them there.
Yep, Chris Dunn is going to start.
Like that, or Frank Jackson, right? Like somebody's going to come through here for Utah and see some big minutes. Trey Jones continues to be questionable. Lonnie Morris, questionable there. These are just the point guards. I mean, like there's a big slate. Kristaps Porzingis, the other day didn't play. He's doubtful for Tuesday. Could see Danny Avdija step in the starting lineup, see a big boost in production. Rudy Gobert didn't play the other day. Just a lot of injury news to come. Ryan Kirksey's on your playbook for Tuesday. A big slate like this, we know news is going to be breaking here, so got to keep your ear to the ground. Stay in the Discord if you're there for all the updates throughout the day, because this is going to probably get a little bit wild.
Yeah, I mean, the 10-game slates are typically like this, but I mean, John, it's, February 28th tomorrow, right? So we're 1 day away from hectic. Like, if you thought the NBA was hectic already, buckle in, bucko, because it's about to get much crazier. We have a bunch of lines available to us. Only one game currently under 230 that's available. 2 games not available: Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Washington, Atlanta. Every other game over 230 with the exception of Chicago, Toronto. So a lot of points expected on the board on Tuesday. Nothing really noticeable in terms of any lines. Just kind of looks pretty standard.
What's our Denver-Houston line at?
Houston line, Houston getting 9.5 at home.
Okay.
So I think that kind of suggests that both Green and Porter are going to play, considering Denver pretty much at full. I mean, Aaron Gordon played the other night. He returned the action, and I think Jamal Murray did as well. So, I know Murray's been, questionable. He's been playing since the break. So, we'll see what the status is. But, a full-strength Denver team, probably bigger than 9.5-point favorites.
I would think so. All right, let's get into it here. Point guard spot. I said it the other day. I don't think I'm paying $12K for Luka Doncic.
I'm with you.
45 fantasy points, 26, 9, and 5 is fine. He went for 28, 7, and 10 against San Antonio in 30 minutes, 61. Can he get you there? Sure. I just don't think with Kyrie being there now, I think 80 fantasy points is off the table. 70 fantasy points feels like a little bit of a stretch now. So at 12K, I think you're just paying for the 5X with Luka. So I'm not going to go there. But how many people are going to be chasing Damian Lillard? 71 actual against Houston. He hit 13 of 22 from 3-point range. Guy took 38 shot attempts. 93 fantasy points, and he scored 60 against Utah at the end of January. So he's no stranger for going big like this. He followed up that 60 actual point game against Toronto. Tough spot, obviously, a couple of days later. 30 actual in that game, but only 38 fantasy points. Gets Golden State here. He's averaging 60 fantasy points in 2 games against Golden State. This is a big slate with a lot of big names, but where does Lillard rank for you? $11,500.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I can really say here. He has 70 actual point upside, yeah. Right? I don't know. 11.5 is steep, but you can get there. He's been
the fact that he scored
lately.
60 actual and 70 actual in the same season.
Crazy. It's crazy. Wild. And his final bucket last night was a dunk on 3 people. It's just insane. And did you see that he got blood tested walking off the floor?
No.
Yeah, the NBA he said he's been through a lot of pee drug tests and stuff, but never has had to. And he hates needles. He said, I have a lot of tattoos, but people know me. I hate getting blood drawn and stuff. So,
guy was waiting in the locker room, being like, "We got to check out Dame Lillard."
Didn't even get to enjoy 71 actual, literally 10 points away from Kobe. That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, where does he rank?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Giannis 12.3, Luka 12K, Jokic 11.8, and that's Lillard at 11.5. Your top 4 price players. Giannis is probable to play in this game after not playing the other night. So yeah, where does Dame fit in that group? I mean, Jokic versus Houston obviously is, gotta probably be the chalk, but
I mean, talk about a guy trying to stamp his MVP case here.
Yeah.
40,
86 fantasy points the same day that Lillard goes for 93.
I mean, dude, it's been a 1-up season the entire year, right?
Yeah.
We've seen this throughout.
Yeah, it was when Luka had that monster game. It felt like for the next week, all the studs were seeing they could match it. So
I know. Yeah, I mean, Jokic I think is 1. I would say AD is 2, and then probably Dame. You just can't trust the Morant minutes right now. They're back to the low 30s. We want high 30s from Morant if we're going to pay that price. So, yeah, I mean, I think Dame, in terms of spend-ups, is probably number 3, which means he's probably the top spend-up at point guard.
Yeah, I'm with you there. LaMelo Ball not returning tonight. He turned his ankle out for the rest of the game. So that guy just been snake-bitten with injuries.
Yep, so cool.
This
Such
season.
a cool time.
9K range here. Kyrie Irving's at 9,900. Fred VanVleet's at 97. Trae Young's down to $9,500. Tyrese Halliburton's at 93. De'Aaron Fox is at $9,100. Any of those 4, 5 point guards make a player pool for you?
Kyrie has a good spot, but it feels Luka-ish. I don't know what the upside is. I think yes, obviously Kyrie is one of the better players in the NBA. He could score 50 actual, but I'm not going to pay for him on a 10-game slate. Same thing for VanVleet. Not getting there. Trae, I think, is a pretty good price. He's been pretty good the last 2 games, maybe reinvigorated by the firing of Nate McMillan, as terrible as that sounds. But 34 actual in back-to-back games, 52, 54 fantasy points, so upside there. I don't know what to make of Halliburton. I actually played him in this spot against Orlando, but why are we taking just 9 shots, dude? He's averaging 20 points a game.
Yeah.
I just, and it's been kind of consistent outside of the Utah game. When can you pinpoint Halliburton really trying to take over offensively?
Back-to-back games with 14 assists. Obviously, the Boston game was an overtime game.
But the rebounds, what's happened there too?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. 1 rebound, 2 or fewer rebounds in 4 straight games. It's really confusing. So I think it's Trey for me, and then move on.
Yeah, I like Trae Young call there as well. 8K range, Drew Holiday against Brooklyn, Jordan Poole at 85, Jamal Murray against Houston's at 8K. Again, a couple of guards there. I know we go back and forth on whether or not we get the Poole. Hasn't paid off this price tag though in like 5 games, so hard to want it. Jamal Murray again, great spot, but how competitive do we think this game is honestly going to be? He's questionable. Jokic is just playing out of his mind.
They did both play out of their mind in the same game.
Yeah.
So like, if Jokic is
it was a competitive
40,
game, though, right? Like if it's not competitive,
sure. Yeah, but if we're gonna pay, like, would you pay up for Jokic?
Yes, but I would pay up for Jokic because I think he can get a triple double by halftime. Right? Like
that's touche.
That's the way I'm looking at it. And that game also we have to put into context with the overtime, for Denver versus the Clippers. So,
True.
We had the limited Paul George play.
True, Paul George is gonna be limited too, and like I don't know.
Yeah. Lou is does he even say it with a straight face when he says Paul George is gonna remain on a minute? Some guys played like 40 and 36 minutes.
Yeah, there's got to be a smirk.
It has to be a smirk. All right, so I don't think we love this tier, right? Murray's fine, Holiday's probably fine, but I don't know.
I like the next tier.
Yeah, DeJounte 79, Kevin Porter 76, Giddey's at 75. No SGA. You're getting Giddey 32 minutes against Sacramento. Feels like he should be bumped here a little bit, but we haven't had SGA the last couple of games, and he's just been. He hasn't popped, right? I'm waiting for the triple double 20-10-10 from Giddey. I don't know if he's ever going to get there. I don't know if that's what he's going to give us.
I'm going to take a shot. It's a great spot. He looked really good offensively against him last time out, 8 for 10 from the floor. I expect the assists to be there. I expect the rebounds to be there. And if he continues to score like 7,500, that's like a very good price for a guy who's been flashing 50-point upside like since the new year quite often.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to Giddey, and I'm also going to toy with the idea of playing Russell Westbrook too.
Yes.
He's looked very good.
Lou got crucified for not playing Westbrook. He didn't play him until like fourth quarter overtime.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But he has looked very good in his 2 games with the Clippers.
Yeah, 40 minutes against Sacramento, fouled out of that game at 17, 14, and 5.
You see, that's like, this is the thing about like Tyronn Lue and coaches. Like, what did Russell Westbrook do in that game to like?
He had 5 steals. Can't have defense like that out there. Just can't.
I just don't understand.
Only 2 turnovers. Like what is he doing? He's just not playing like Russell Westbrook. So took him off the floor. I agree with you. Made no sense. Again, people on Twitter were like, "Who are we? What are we doing?" They were like when he said that Paul George will be on a minutes limit. Did he confuse Russell Westbrook and Paul George?
Yeah, he must. Yeah,
right?
He must have.
I don't know.
It's also like
I'm with you though. I agree. Russell Westbrook at 71.
It's a great game environment.
Yeah,
that game was
even
great.
if he's gonna play 25 minutes for whatever reason. 38 fantasy points. Yeah, sure, 80 by 5 steals. But,
14 assists 2 games ago, like, that's going to happen when you play alongside Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
And Westbrook and George have a little chemistry. They've played together, so.
Right, sure.
I'm with you there. Jalen Green not even on the injury report at 65. I don't hate that. Even if Porter plays, I think I'm still okay there.
Yep.
Obviously, if D'Angelo Russell, we said is doubtful, right? So.
Yeah, D'Lo's doubtful, so we're gonna go to Schroeder. It's not even D'Lo, and now it's D'Lo and LeBron. Like fire up Schroeder, love Schroeder 4,900.
I don't play Conley. He was better the other day, but I'm just.
He's fine. Yeah, he's fine.
Brandon though, if Trey Jones is out again.
I think Trey Jones is doubtful. He's questionable. Officially listed questionable.
He's always been questionable. He just hasn't played.
He has always been questionable.
Yeah. Brandon at 54. I'm in on Schroeder at 49. Will be chalk. If everybody's out again, you can go back to Devontae Graham. I've been playing him. He's been popular. Still under 5K. All works. Hey, you've been on it for a while, and we've just continued to recommend him. But deal on right, $4,500. If you want to get on us about the fact that he had 0 assists, 0 blocks, 0 steals, fine. Still 19.5 fantasy
I know,
points at
I
4,300. He almost never doesn't have a steal. So
No, that's an anomaly.
that's
An
that's
anomaly.
the outlier there. If he gives you he's averaging 2 steals a game. If he gave you his 2 steals, you're at 25 fantasy points right there. So
And Monty Morris questionable, John.
that's what I'm saying. Monty Morris is questionable. So and he started that game because Morris didn't play. He got the starting place of the injured Morris. So listen, we're in. We like Delon Wright here at 45. That's a good number. If you had to pick one, Devontae Graham, Delon Wright. I mean, I understand everybody's going to go to shooter. You probably just play shooter regardless.
Everyone's going to also go to Chris Dunn.
Yes.
Who's 36. He's 3,600. He's coming off 40 fantasy points.
In 23 minutes.
40.
Yeah.
And he gets the Spurs again.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is Chris Dunn.
Chris Dunn's not this good of a shooter, though.
No. But Chris Dunn's also, very good everywhere else.
He's a good defensive. He's always been a good defensive guard.
That's why I never understood why he didn't really catch on, or why he's kind of sputtered in the NBA.
I think it's just his shooting. I think he just is so bad offensively that guys they don't have a need for his defense. But
they have he
was out of the league. I mean,
he was literally out of the league.
But yeah, look at end of season. Who's all getting signed? Right, Willie Cauley-Stein just got signed. Michael Carter-Williams just got signed. I mean, Chris Dunn's back in the league.
Utah has Frank Jackson just floating around as their backup.
That's what I'm saying. All these names from the past are all finding teams. Now, I don't think anything's going to happen with Willie Cauley-Stein, but I mean,
no.
Dude, Michael Carter-Williams, for as bad of an offensive guy that he was
outside of his rookie year.
Outside of his rookie year, even though he didn't shoot well, when he was playing 25 minutes, he would give you 10, 6, and 5. You know, right? He was slowly where's the guy? Where's Alfred Payton at these days? You know, right? True. Another guy that was always kind of that low end. These were all Rondo lights. A bunch of guards who couldn't shoot,
Payton.
But could fill up the stat sheet. So
I loved Alfred Payton. I'm not gonna lie, I loved Alfred Payton.
Yeah. What do you make of NEW getting some minutes lately? 24 and 21 back-to-back games for Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it had anything to do with Taurean Prince being out. Because he was I played Kyle Anderson a couple slates ago. It was the Charlotte slate. I stacked the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And there was no Taurean Prince. I'm like, this is great. Kyle Anderson's going to no competition. We're going to maybe even see mid 30s minutes. And then he was losing time to NAW.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? Because they could realistically, you if you're the Timberwolves, you could just move McDaniels and Edwards to both forward spots and play NAW. So Taurean Prince off the injury report, I'm a little weary on NAW, especially when we could just for $100 more play Chris Dunn.
Okay.
But if he continues to stick in the rotation, maybe I'll hop on board.
Yep, I'm with you there. Where's Isaiah Joe? Shooting guard only?
Shooting guard, yeah. If Fox sits, would you play Davion? Would you give him one more chance, or are you just completely out?
No, he's
dead to us, yeah.
Dead to me. All right, shooting guard here. Ant Edwards is 96 against the Clippers.
Yeah. Right? It's
he
has Kawhi and Paul George.
I mean, Paul George is 83. Paul George is 8,300.
Yeah, but he's limited.
Sure he is. 41 and 36 minutes.
I can't. I'm not playing him.
I mean, this would be the spot where he would be limited, probably, right? 25 minutes coming for Paul George.
You know what's gonna be funny? We're gonna get an ownership update early in the day, and Paul George is gonna be chalky, and then it's gonna come 6:30, and he's still gonna be, because he's still too cheap. There's no reason Paul George should ever be 83.
Yeah.
And he's still gonna be popular, and he's gonna play 25 minutes. Like I said.
Yep.
100%. But he's still too cheap, and I'm gonna play him in tournaments.
Yeah, I'm gonna play him.
If there's a 36-minute limit, if that's the limit, then sure.
Speaking of guys that may be a little bit too cheap, Klay Thompson, 8,100.
Yeah.
57-45 the last 2 games.
Yeah, he bullied. Did you see him bully Jordan Poole to take that technical free throw?
He should be the guy doing this.
No, it's just funny. Klay's just on it. When you see that, Klay's just on one right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. Zinger's doubtful. Bradley Beal, or are you worried about the DeJounte Murray matchup for him?
Nah. Again, I think sometimes individual matchups are
we talked about that.
Overstated. Yeah, sometimes sometimes they are worth mentioning. Like if a team is
generally anybody against Miami,
Yeah, right. I think that, to your point, like and that was, we were talking about Embiid kind of like on yesterday's podcast, like more so when a team is dominant defensively, I think it's harder to play against than like one individual matchup because they can get switched and they can but when you're Boston and you're switching like from freaking
Tatum, Brown, Smart, Brogdon, Horford,
imagine like Smart's the one you're switching onto. Like that's not fun for anybody. Right. So that's tough. But like I'm not necessarily worried about like Beal against just DeJounte because Atlanta's not like that scary defensively.
No, I'm with
you. I like Beal. 76. You've said it for almost. I mean,
it feels like a month, right? It feels like a month now.
He has been since January 18th. Has been under 8K.
Yeah, it's too cheap for Bradley Beal, especially if no Porzingis. I'm sure there's a good usage bump here. I obviously don't have the court IQ open, but I bet there's a decent usage bump for Beal without him. THT, $5,900. Only played 24 minutes in a game against San Antonio. A little bit surprising, I think.
He was in early foul trouble. He had 2 fouls in like 2 minutes in that game.
But no Clarkson now, no Sexton, obviously. The price is up, but he's still kind of in that range where he can go over 5x. So I don't mind THT.
Everyone plays him. Dude, he has been so popular every night. It's so funny.
Yeah, his rebound prop the other day was at 4.5. We hit the over on that one, so hopefully they'll keep
even in limited time. Huh? Good for him.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
I wonder. Like, he's getting priced out right now. Like, he's appropriately priced, but you're right. Like, there's nobody.
The thing is, like, he's not afraid to score.
No.
So like,
didn't he score? Wasn't he a late? He had a 40 somewhere in there, like actual with the Lakers.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm just, if the shot attempts are going to be there without Clarkson on the floor, like he can be that guy.
Right.
So I don't mind the 59. We've talked about Branham. Norman Powell, he's been, it's only 17 minutes against Denver. For whatever reason, he played 38 though against Sacramento. So like again, what is Ty Lue doing? What is Ty Lue doing with his rotations, man? Nobody knows.
You could have just stopped at what is Ty Lue doing?
What is Ty Lue doing? Yeah, nobody knows.
I will play Dante DiVincenzo, by the way.
You do?
He went crazy against Minnesota.
Yeah.
They're kind of like using.
I want to see it happen more consistently for me. I'd rather play Mathurin at $200 cheaper.
I don't disagree about the consistency, and I also don't disagree about Mathurin, but like no Wiggins, no Curry. Draymond is okay, he's probable. Okay. DiVincenzo in tournaments then.
Has the Brooklyn coach, name's escaping me at the moment, finally realized that he should in fact be playing Cam Thomas more? 30 and 29 minutes. Jacque Vaughn, 30 and 29 minutes the last 2 games for him. 32.
And they need offense.
22 actual, 19, 22, 22. The guy scores the basketball.
Dude, he just scores.
Like, just get him in the lineup, man. He just
scores.
Get him in the lineup. I don't know why you're messing around. If he did, the man scored 40 actual in 3 straight games. Why are we not like playing him over some of these other guys? Right?
It makes you wonder when like people do this, like the Linsanity run. Like, what is going on? Like, is it an outer body experience? Like, I've obviously played like low level basketball. Like,
sure.
I've played a lot of basketball, but never to a point where I've had an out of body experience. Like,
you just can't miss.
Dude, he had, like you said, he had 40 in 3 straight, and then
3 straight. Like nobody's like LeBron's never done that, right?
And then was logging DMPs. Like, what is going on?
Right. Yep. So all of a sudden they come out of the All-Star game and 29 and 30 minutes in back-to-back games. So I'm willing to throw him in a GPP. I know Milwaukee is not an easy matchup, so definitely take that into consideration. But this dude's a bucket.
He's a bucket.
Like certified. Certified bucket right now. We can't play Hoarder. You've been on that one all, this Monk just starting to cut into what he's doing. I believe Monk in that game, the 176, 175.
Yeah, he went literally crazy.
45 actual in that game, just nuts. Let's see here. Beasley.
Yep.
Beasley.
Playing all the minutes. Yeah, dude. the Lakers are
Vanderbilt the other day, 17 and 15.
Dude, listen, like Rob Pelinka got a lot of shit, and he deserved it for the construction last year. He did so good at the deadline.
Yeah,
they got exactly what they needed, and they didn't give up first-round picks, and they didn't in like that Buddy Hield Miles Turner trade that they explored. Like they didn't give up really any assets. Like they did great. At least like Westbrook is an asset, obviously, but he just didn't fit their team. So, and Beasley is a great play. I think without LeBron, it's only gonna rear its head even more.
Another guy that's very not afraid to shoot the basketball. Beasley, we saw when he was coming off the bench in Utah. I'm not going to assume Cam Reddish will only take 3 shots because I don't think Dame Lillard's going to take 38 shots again, but maybe he will. Cam Reddish was good till 2 games prior. If he's going to start and play 30 minutes,
he was very good.
Yeah, I think we can get in there and at least give him some consideration. But then Isaiah Joe, you and I were like the only ones to play Isaiah Joe the other day.
I didn't understand that.
We knew who Isaiah Joe was. He was 1% in my contest. I'm texting you like, what is going on? Do people not know? And he was 11 of 17. Now he knocked down 6 threes, but he follows it right back up. 28 minutes against Sacramento, 4 of 8 from 3. The guy he's scoring right now. So $4,400 for Isaiah Joe. I don't hate that one either. I wish these guys had a little bit more multi-position eligibility.
Yeah, I know.
I'll say that shooting guard eligible for both of them there. Reddish gets small forward, but sign me up for that.
Yes, I like that whole tier. Beasley, I think Reddish would be last for me. Beasley would probably be first.
Mm-hmm.
I also like Bogdanovic in tournaments. Okay. He had a big game last time. Maybe they'll give him some more run.
I put Agbaji in the playbook the other day.
Dude, that's my boy.
31 minutes against San Antonio. No Clarkson, no Sex. Like
he's playing 30 minutes. Yeah, he's playing 30 minutes.
He's going to play 30. What I wrote up was like he can score, but he won't give you much else. But if he's going to give you 3 rebounds, like 3-1-1-14 was 22 fantasy points, he's under 4K. Yep. That's a win. So 3 straight games over 28 fantasy points. Sign me up. $3,800. Anybody else down here for you?
Yeah, I mean, I like Austin Reeves.
Okay.
With LeBron and
Russell
out. Austin Reeves been playing a bunch of minutes anyways. Like, he's been playing with them. Yeah, he's good, dude. He's just a good basketball player. And he can get his own shot. He's very creative with the ball. So I think Austin Reeves is fine in tournaments. Like, he's usurped Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker's
how wild is it that Lonnie Walker's just out of the rotation, given how good he was for like the first 2 months?
Fully out of the rotation, just gone. Yep, he was so good. Just not even
no reason whatsoever out of the rotation.
Not even a consideration.
But we talked about that with like Chris Duarte, right? Chris Duarte was like a Rookie of the Year finalist last year, and now he can't even play over Nembhard, or
doesn't even
get on the rotation. So, all right, small forward. Lauri Markkanen is 94. Kawhi Leonard's 92. Guys we haven't discussed yet. We just saw this matchup the other day. Utah was a 14-point favorite. They go and win by 16. Markkanen plays 32 minutes. He had 27 actual, just 4 boards. I mean, is there any reason to play him over Kawhi other than maybe to be different?
0.
Okay, I'm with you.
Look, we've said this forever. He needs 27 and 10. Yeah. He honestly, at this price, he needs 35 and 10.
Right, because he doesn't give you blocks or steals.
No, he just gives you nothing else.
He gives you nothing there.
Kawhi's a great 9,200 for Kawhi.
Great price for Kawhi Leonard. Kyle Kuzma down to $7,800 here. No Porzingis.
Yeah, I mean he's been bad, but
he's bad against Chicago. He's bad against Chicago.
I mean,
he's good against Portland.
Pretty bad for outside of the
I will rank this tier for me then. We'll just go through it. Kuzma's at 78, DeRozan at 77, Scotty Barnes at 76, Keldon at 69.
It's probably Keldon first. I know we've shit on Keldon a lot this year for lack of peripheral stats, but those have kind of been there lately. Since 7 plus rebounds in 3 straight games, 3 or more assists in 4 straight games. And if we can get 30, I mean, Utah is one of the worst defensive teams in the league. They rank defensive rating. They're 26th in defensive rating. And they are 13th in pace. So this is going to be a good pace game. I think Keldon's first.
Yeah.
DeRozan second, just so stupidly cheap.
Yeah,
Like
hasn't played well against Toronto this year, but the shot. I mean, that's like not even an accurate statement, right? He's shooting 60% against them, but he's not averaging
not taking
15, not
shots.
taking shots, right?
Yeah.
Like he's averaging basically 15, 5 and 5.
I think it doesn't hurt him having Patrick Beverley in the starting lineup,
Okay.
because Patrick Beverley's just not going to shoot. Like he is a zero offensively. So, I think that is good for Levine and for DeRozan in all facets of the game, just because Beverly's like a annoying.
They played each other back-to-back nights, actually. It's a home and home. 11-6, 11-7. So basically the second, third week of the year, DeRozan went for 25 and 2 in Toronto, and then went home the next day and went 9, 6 and 7. So a little bit of a skewed performance, but still 30 fantasy points there. I mean, not good enough to pay off a $7,700 price tag.
It's just but the price is so good. Like
only 9,
excluding,
dude, 7 of 9 shooting, 2 of 6 shooting. Like,
yeah, but
what are they
like,
doing to DeRozan to keep him from taking shots?
I mean, how many times has he? So he only played 23 minutes in the Boston game. He got hurt in that game. I'm trying to look through his logs. Those were literally the only times he took only 9 shots against Cleveland, the third game of the year. So 3 times this year, DeMar DeRozan has not taken 10 plus shots. Right. Like I know two of them.
Cleveland actually held him to 10 shots a few weeks ago. So Cleveland and Toronto, the same teams, are the two teams who are good defensively.
Yeah.
That have kept him down. So,
all right, maybe I'm just getting too tournaments only because the price tag is so good. Yeah.
He also hasn't been very good outside of the last game against Washington.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm with Kuzma you. It's a cheap price tag for him. So
I'll go Kuzma over DeRozan without Porzingis. Okay. So and then Scotty Barnes is fine. He's
fourth, fifth.
He is. I mean, with everyone there, including Jakob Poeltl, just grabbing so many rebounds. Like Scotty Barnes has really fallen out of favor offensively.
Yep, I'm with you there. Next year down, Buddy Hield at 61. Middleton's at 64. Not to intentionally skip over him, but there's still a minutes limit on him.
So annoying.
Jalen Williams at 6K. I think that's definitely interesting there without SGA. Michael Porter's at 57. KJ Martin, but guys are going to be back there for Houston. A lot of these guys we've broken down already. Denny down to at $5,100 at no Porzingis. Maybe that's a spot for us here. DeAndre Hunter's at 49. Lou Dort, I know you've been a big proponent of his lately. He's at 5K. So maybe we either look at this top range there with Kawhi, Keldon, and then it's this like 6K below range.
Yeah, and I think you could throw Cam Johnson in that mix too. He looked great against Atlanta, 27 actual. He's now looked pretty good for Brooklyn. I think, outside of a game that they lost by 100 against Chicago, like they are just playing him, which is great to see. He was obviously a centerpiece in the Kevin Durant trade. So like you're going to see what you have in Cameron Johnson. I really like 5,200. I really like Denny if he starts 51, and I really like Lou Dort. Like you mentioned, I've been yelling about Lou Dort for a while. He's been too cheap. 5K still feels cheap if he's going to play 30 plus minutes and give you nearly a 40-point ceiling. So Hunter, I mean, look, he's out of favor to Bogdanovic last game, but we know he has 40-point upside. Like you and I can't ever get him right. I mean, I think you can. Like, I mean, you're the
at times, I get him right.
The Hunter whisperer, but
they're playing Sadiq Bey obviously over him too. Do we know what John Collins' situation is?
John Collins, I think, is bad.
Okay. Bey didn't start on Sunday, but he still played 32 minutes against Brooklyn. So
and Collins played 26. So
and Hunter played 22.
So Hunter and Collins, they were just playing Sadiq at both forward spots.
Losing minutes to Bey there. Interesting. Let's see here. Bates Diop played 32. Probably can consider him down there. Still. Anybody else? Anybody else down here?
I mean, look. Portland blew Houston out. Tari Eason gets in the floor for 28 minutes, and he goes nuclear.
Sure.
if you think this game doesn't stay competitive, Tari Eason can win you a gosh dang tournament because he is crazy when he gets on the floor for extended time. So
yeah, I can't wait till the end of the year where they do just play him. And
they're running. They just don't give an F, and they're running out Tari Eason, Jabari Smith, and Şengün lineups. Like
something like that. All right, I got anybody else down here or no?
No.
Jordan Noir did 39.
He has been playing some minutes for Indiana.
Only 21 minutes against Orlando, but he just popped 18, 8, and 6 in that game.
I like Jordan Noir.
All right, power forward. Giannis 12-3 is questionable. Probable.
No, he's probable. Yeah, he's probable.
Yeah. So like he played that game against Miami, but then he got hurt with a different injury, right? That was the quad that took him out.
Yeah, it was the quad that took him out.
So
I don't know. I don't know what to make of.
2 straight games that he's played. He's played 9 and 6 minutes. Take your own risk there.
Look, it's like
if he's out there, I'm gonna assume he's healthy enough to be out there.
Correct, and he's probable. He's expected to play. This is why sometimes you do take shots on Jrue Holiday in tournaments because Giannis is a freak that runs around and is too big and too reckless sometimes and gets hurt. So you want to take a shot on Jrue Holiday because that you can. But if Giannis is,
I remember I did the underdog drafts that day and I took Brook Lopez thinking that Giannis wasn't going to play because of the wrist. And then he played, but then he played 6 minutes, and then Brook Lopez goes for 48 fantasy points. So
what a roller coaster of emotions!
Roller coaster of emotions there, for sure. Anyway, so yes, Giannis, if he's in the lineup, feel free to play him. We know what he can do. We've discussed Market and Leonard. I'm not paying 97 for Siakam. I don't know if you agree or disagree there, but
no chance.
Just not where I want to get to. Jaren Jackson's at home. He was at home against Denver, but they got blown out. He had foul trouble. His blocks and steals streak at home came to an end. Had to eventually. No better time than now to restart. Gets here against the Lakers. I'm willing to run it back for him there.
So. Dude, it really is just it just does not make sense. The stocks.
No, 5.5 blocks and steals at home versus.
It does not make sense. Please, someone has to have something other than this scorekeeper doing this.
His numbers versus Utah are hilarious. He's averaging 9 blocks and steals in 2 games against Utah this year. So, just wild. Listen, if you're worried about Anthony Davis, I get it. But if Vanderbilt's the guy on him, they're not gonna put him in foul trouble. So. Jackson at 77 is fine for me. Would you pay 71? Well, Bobby Pope, but I guess if Giannis is back.
Yeah, no.
Not going to do that. Jeremy Grant, 32 minutes against Houston.
Minutes are fine. Scoring is fine. He just doesn't do anything else. He hasn't even given us 5x since January 28th. That was the last time he gave us 5x.
LaMelo Ball diagnosed with a fractured ankle. So that is
okay. So he's done for the year.
Probably ending his season.
No, he's done. Dude, that's literally the 3rd time he's hurt the
same ankle. Right?
He's done for the year.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate occurrence there for LaMelo. Let's see. We talked about Williams, Jabari at 59. Olynyk against San Antonio could maybe go back to that. Only played 23 minutes because of the blowout there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was blow related.
I would imagine so. He started. So.
Yeah, I have no problem. I have no problems getting there.
9, 8, and 2.
Yep. I like Sohan. Sohan 5K is really nice.
Sohan's good. Sohan's good at 5K. John Collins is down to 4,700. Huh? So crazy.
The mighty have fallen.
Seriously. Kuminga at 46.
Yeah. I love 27 minutes. That's nice. But that was also Draymond leaving that game related.
Yeah. Let's try to see here.
Damn, I can't believe LaMelo fractured his ankle. That is just...
would you play Vanderbilt at 41? Obviously Absolutely. An outlier game, but
It's an outlier game, but then you factor in, no LeBron. So how many times were they playing Davis, LeBron at the 4 and the 5, right? it's like now no LeBron. Now can they do that with anyone else? No. They have Hachimura, who's pretty much out of the rotation.
Right.
And they don't play Lonnie Walker. So they're just going to probably play more Jared Vanderbilt.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, unless they want to go to a Mo Bamba lineup, but Mo Bamba's not even playing. So
Sure.
I think Jared Vanderbilt is going to be one of the most popular plays in the slate. At least early run of we're going to see ownership early. It's Jared Vanderbilt, 4,100 is a great price. They're banged up. I think he's multi-position eligible. There's really nothing not to like about Vanderbilt here.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Anybody else here, power forward?
I mean, if you could tell me what is Zubats out again? Can you tell me what they're doing at center? Because if you can, I'll play Batum, 34. They're playing him over Plumlee. I don't know.
Let's see here.
That's probably it.
Official...
Zubats is questionable. Yeah.
All right, let's go to center. Let's see. Jokic, obviously 11-8. We've discussed can go against Houston this year. He's averaging 55 fantasy points in 28 minutes. So averaging a triple double. 25, 10, 10.
Would you, if Fox is out, would you play Sabonis over Jokic? If you think that Denver Houston game's gonna blow out?
So I don't think with Fox out that Sabonis actually
gets a bump. I have it up. We will settle this right.
Because there was a stretch where Fox was out and Sabonis didn't crack. I don't feel like Sabonis had a good run of games.
He has just a 1% usage bump, 22%, averages 1.3 fantasy points per minute. So it's still pretty good.
What does he average usually with Fox?
With Fox. With Fox active, click the off button twice.
There you go.
We are delayed slightly. Enjoy this weather update. 1.3. So really nothing.
I'm saying
major.
It doesn't feel like he gets a bump, but I feel like there was recently a stretch of games where Fox didn't play. Right? Didn't he miss time? Am I making this up? I feel like he missed games.
He did. He did miss time. Quite recently.
2-1 to 2-6 maybe? Was that the stretch that he missed? Let's see. Were there games played in between there? Had to have been. Sabonis 2-1, 2-6. Yeah, so there was against the Pacers, against the Pelicans, 47 and 31 fantasy points. I don't know. Maybe it is the Thunder. He's averaging 51 fantasy points in 2 games against them. He also averaging a triple-double, 16, 14, and 11. So, yeah, I could get there. I could probably get there. Let's see. AD, we've obviously discussed. Jokic, Sabonis. Vuk at 88.
Expensive.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much. If Gobert is active, I would play him.
He's probable to play.
Yeah, I would play him.
Yeah, I mean, I said it. Under 8K is probably too
Averaging
cheap for
17 rebounds in 2 games against them this year.
Yeah, and Plum Dog or Zubats, both exploitable matchups. He's also just been really good with Mike Conley. I said it again. I've said it last pod. I'll keep saying it. They're looking for him more offensively, and he's producing. So.
Yep. Walker Kessler, 5 more blocks, 12 blocks in 2 games, 30 rebounds, only 27 minutes with a blowout there. So,
yep.
Unless you think it's a blowout again, but I mean, this kid is becoming the real deal. So,
why is he not playing in blowouts? Why are we getting him more time?
I'm with you. Doesn't really seem to make sense. The same reason why Christian Wood doesn't play more minutes.
Yes, so yeah.
Zach Collins, you can run that one out there still. He fouled out in 26 minutes against Utah.
It feels a little too expensive for me, but you're probably right. I should probably figure out. I mean, he's been really good.
He has been really good. Nurkic is questionable, but he's missed a lot of time. Claxton's got a tough matchup here. Pirtle, as you mentioned, has been really good. Can he continue to be this good in limited volume? That's the other question you have.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess Gafford, right? Because no Porzingis.
Gafford had a big game. Gafford had a big game last time out.
$4,500 for Daniel Gafford here. 31 minutes against Chicago.
Yep, he's gonna start.
Kevin Looney's a rebounding machine against Portland.
He started last game with Draymond out. So
Even though the games prior. I mean, last 6
no,
games,
yeah, he's
13,
been a freak.
13, 14, 15, 13.
Sure.
Doubles in 4 of the last 5. So 5K for him. If there's no Nurkic, I mean, he gets Eubanks here. Xavier Tillman's still the guy, even though he didn't start the other game.
I think Nurkic is out indefinitely, isn't he?
Questionable on DraftKings.
Been ruled out for Sunday. Yeah, I guess so. 9th straight game. The team continues to say he's making progress, but there's no clear return. So I guess he could return here.
Yeah. Like I said, they started Brandon Clark, but then they started Xavier Tillman in the second half of the game. So
here we go, dude. Here we go.
That doesn't really make any sense on that one. But Xavier Tillman at 5,100, maybe a little bit too expensive, but should be the guy. Anybody else? You got anybody down here? What do we make of Naz Reid?
Gobert was out.
Sure. But then they start them both at one point, but I guess not enough.
Yeah, they did, but with everyone back, he'll be... I mean, like, he's always a fantasy point per minute guy. Like, if there is no Gobert, I plug Naz Reid in automatically no matter what. Sure. Like, I don't... He's just so... Even if he's been in foul trouble for 43 straight slates, like, he's just... You know?
Yep. All right. I think that's it.
Yep.
All right, build our lineup, man. Who's the guy?
So I have started like a little build here.
Sure. What we got?
Just with a couple players. I went Chris Dunn at point guard, Vanderbilt at power forward, Jokic at center, and then AD at the util with 5K left.
Okay.
I don't know how you feel about that, like 4.
Yeah, I'm good.
But Dunn, Vanderbilt, Jokic, Davis.
I mean, we might as well go Beasley too, right? Just 3-sack this.
Yeah, I was thinking either Schroeder or Beasley, but Beasley makes more sense. Why does he not have position eligible?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like more people would play Schroeder over Beasley too potentially. So
leverage.
Maybe you get a little leverage there. So 5,300 a player.
The Dort 5K.
Dort 5K.
Yep, both of us. Yep.
Oh, you said Dort too. Fine.
Yeah, we both said it like the same time.
And then Denny's 51. I mean, or Cam J, or.
Did we have any other?
Cam
Did we have any other value that we liked?
Delon Wright's at 45. Isaiah Joe's at 44.
Yeah, I mean, we can play either of those guys. Like, if Monty Morris is out, we play Wright.
Yeah, and then we'll plug Joe in for now because we know he's going to at least get the minutes, right? Agreed or disagree?
I agree. No, I do agree.
Okay.
And then THT?
Yes, 6,300. Yeah.
And we got 2 Utah guys against the Spurs. Like, it feels very good.
Works, yeah. All right, so that's it. With $400 left over, obviously we can maneuver around as we see. But we got a lineup of Chris Dunn, Beasley here, Malik Beaslly. I always want to say Michael Beasley. It's not Michael Beasley. It's Malik Beasley.
Shout out Michael Beasley for entering the game with the wrong jersey.
Former Laker great, Michael Beasley. Anyways, Chris Dunn, Malik Beasley, Lou Dort, Jared Vanderbilt, Nikola Jokic, Isaiah Joe, Talon Horton Tucker, Anthony Davis. $400 left over. That is our lineup here for Tuesday. Obviously, we expect and anticipate plenty of injury news and updates coming throughout the day. Find us in Discord for all of that. Make sure you check out the playbook from Ryan Kirksey. If you're watching this and you have not signed up to be an All-Pro member, as you can see the promo code down there in the bottom, NBA50 saves you 50% off the first 6 months. That is all DFS content. That is not just NBA, but MLB is starting up, NHL, NASCAR has been crushing it with Matt Sells, 3-time Racing Writer of the Year. PGA, we had Arnold Palmer Invitational coming up this week, a big PGA slate. I took down $4,000 2 weeks ago in the PGA, so gotta love that with the playbook. Mike Iannone doing killer work with our MMA content.
Crazy. Crazy.
We got John Jones, UFC, 285, I think it is this week.
Yeah, Shevchenko on the undercard. Huge
Yeah,
card
so
coming up.
again, no better time than this week to check out our All-Pro package. Again, 50% off the first 6 months. That's just $19.98 for the first 6 months, and it's a month-to-month package. So try us for a month, pay the $20. You get access to our premium Discord, where we're in there giving all the lineup updates, answering your lineup questions, talking strategy, and you get access to all of our DFS content there for the month. You get 50% off the first 6 months. That takes you right into MLB season. 6 months will take you right to the start of football season. So if you like everything you got going on, you can hang with us for the NFL season. We had a millionaire winner last year and a half ago.
Last football season.
Millionaire Mike won $1 million. So we kind of know what we're doing. So if you haven't signed up yet, check us out. Go to fantasyalarm.com, click on the pricing tab there, and use promo code NBA50 to save 50% off. James and I will catch you guys on Wednesday. Good luck. Talk to you all later.